At MWC Barcelona, there are technologies that appear for just a few days and then disappear. If you don't know where to look, you will never see them again. Some of those technologies quietly shape the industry years later when it's already too late to say, "I saw this coming." In this video, I'll show you what to look for at MWC Barcelona 2026 so you don't miss the things that actually matter. I'm not saying this in theory. When you attend MWC year after year, you realize that the real value of the event isn't seeing everything, but learning how to spot patterns early. The Mobile World Congress stopped being just a mobile phone show a long time ago. Today, it's where networks, chips, artificial intelligence, automation, robotics, and mobility are tested in real conditions. This is not about finished products, it's about technological architectures. And if you don't understand them when they first appear, you only recognize them later, once they've already become standard. That's where many people start missing the most important part. There is technology at MWC that will never appear in an ad, never be pushed by marketing, and never go viral on social media. Yet it will determine how the internet, AI, and global connectivity work over the next decade, and almost no one stops to look at it. Qualcomm doesn't come to MWC to show smartphones. It comes to show where AI processing integrated directly into hardware is heading. Here you see real-edge computing use cases, where data is processed locally with lower latency and less dependence on the cloud. This is critical for connected vehicles, industrial systems, IoT, and mission-critical environments. But it also raises an important question. What happens to security and control when AI is no longer only in the cloud? What Qualcomm shows here often defines the chips and platforms that will reach the market 2 or 3 years later, and that's the general framework. But MWC becomes truly interesting when you look beyond the biggest booths. Huawei focuses its presence on real network infrastructure. Advanced 5G, the transition towards 6G, and private networks for critical environments. At MWC, they show how networks are actually built for factories, ports, and airports with high reliability and low latency. It's invisible technology, but absolutely essential. If you only look at end-user devices, you miss this entirely, even though it's what holds the whole digital ecosystem together. Meta uses MWC to showcase advances in artificial intelligence, natural language processing, and human-machine interaction. Not so much as final products, but as technology platforms. The interesting question here is how far these technologies will move beyond digital environments and into real-world services, and this is where many people stop paying attention, which is exactly where MWC starts to get really interesting. PAL Robotics is a Barcelona-based company specializing in humanoid and service robotics. They don't build robots for show, they build systems designed for real environments where perception, navigation, manipulation, and AI have to work together. They are very active on LinkedIn, openly sharing tests, failures, and product evolution. This is the kind of company you can easily walk past if you don't know what you're looking at, and 2 years later, everyone is talking about them. Anyverse works on computer vision applied to industrial and logistics environments. Their systems analyze movement, detect behavior, and improve safety and efficiency in real spaces. It's not flashy technology at first glance, but it's exactly the kind that later becomes embedded in critical infrastructure. These are the projects that look small at MWC and quietly become part of the system a few years later. At MWC, you can also encounter a humanoid robot that looks at you, responds to you, and adapts its speech to the conversation. But the important part isn't the robot itself, it's where this technology is being reused. Ameca is a test platform for natural language, gestures, context, and emotional response. It's not designed to replace people, but to understand how communication with intelligent systems should work in real environments. That same technology is already being adapted for customer service, reception areas, and complex public services. This is where the robot stops being a spectacle and becomes interaction infrastructure. And later in the video, there's one more area that really matters, because it affects millions of people every single day. At MWC Barcelona, systems are being presented that can track in real time how thousands of people move inside an airport and even predict where a queue will form before it happens. This is not a simulation, it's live technology in operation. Outsite builds digital twins of complex spaces using LiDAR sensors and artificial intelligence. These systems analyze movement in real time and simulate future scenarios. This completely changes how large infrastructures are managed because it allows action before problems appear. ANA shows how data and artificial intelligence are applied to improve security, operations, and passenger experience. We're talking about incident prediction, dynamic space management, and resource optimization. This is technology applied to real airports, not lab prototypes. Vueling brings the airline perspective, focused on real-time information, time management, and the passenger relationship. Here it becomes clear that technology only works when airlines and airport infrastructure work together. Everything related to airports, mobility, and the travel experience is something I also cover regularly on my other channel, Patsy Travels, from a more practical, traveler-focused point of view. This video is just a first reading of MWC Barcelona 2026. From here on, I'll be publishing focused videos on these technologies, one by one, exactly as they appear on the show floor, because it's in these details where most people miss what really matters. If you want to understand technology, MWC is essential, but more importantly, you need to know where to look.